have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Washington Wizards come in for this one. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, introducing the rest of the 2K broadcast team. Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and sideline reporter Doris Burke. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. Someone will be keeping an eye on John Wall.
You know, there are so many elite athletes at that point guard spot in the NBA, Kevin, but John Wall might be the best. His blend of speed, strength, agility is just amazing to watch. And when he can get out in transition in particular, that's when he's at his best.
He's so fast and agile, you forget that he's 6'4", strong and wiry. When he gets hacked on the finish, he can not only absorb the hit, but finish the layup as well. He's a terrific talent.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
Now, here's Burke.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
So it's Washington now. Out to the wing. Nene setting the pick for Wall. He dishes it to Porter. Shot clock at 6. It's Wall with the drive. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the spoiler for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season as we watch this club play it out. I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year? And can that carry over into this one?
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Okafor sets the pick for Wall. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Wall's got his second basket of the game. On defense, the Wizards. Burke dishes to Favors. Passes to Burks. Pass to Cantor. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, with the players that Ennis had in front of him in the depth chart, he didn't have a lot of chances to show what he could do. It's almost as if he was being groomed like a backup QB would be.
And the first one at the line is good. Yeah, going back to Cantor, he had to wait his turn a bit with the crowded Utah front court.
Well, you think about Favors, Millsap, Al Jefferson, and Cantor. That's a lot of bodies for very few minutes. So the Jazz making the moves in the offseason, really giving their young bigs an opportunity now here to flourish.
And Cantor drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Back to Wall. The feed to Porter. Wall with it. Now guarded by Hayward. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beal, that's for 2. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Favors with a screen on Wall. Now here's Burke. Feeds to Hayward. And he gets it to go. Hayward's got his first bucket in this one. Wizards have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. All with it. Now Cantor. Burke's with it. Now Beal defending. Dishes it to Burke. And there's the pass to Burks. Shoots the three. Okafor grabs the miss. Washington trailing. Beal with it. Now guarded by Hayward. Beal the pass to Nene. Out to the right wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And here is Burke. He kicks it to Favors. Here is Hayward. Guarded by Porter. Hayward kicks to Burke. 4 on the shot clock. Sinks the triple. Burke's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Wall kicks to Beal. And again, Washington no good. Jazz leading by 5. Hayward dishes to Burke. Here is Favors. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Off the pick. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
You know, Utah usually matches up well with Eastern Conference teams because style of play is similar. Both Eastern Conference and the Jazz like to play a grinded-out physical game. And Utah has the bigs and the defensive mentality to thrive in a slower-paced game. And that's why they went 17-13 against the Eastern Conference.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Webster, and he gets it to go. On back to the Jazz against the East. Did what they needed to do against the conference as a whole. Winning more than they lost, but they also, Steve, had some key setbacks.
And the big one that I can remember was last year where they had that 4-game road trip to the East Coast. They went 0-4, and that was when they saw their grasp on a playoff spot start to slip away.
Now we're going to get a chance to check in with Doris Burke, who had a talk moments ago with head coach Ty Corbin. Doris?
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this: if we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
Thanks for that report, Doris. Guys, do you think we'll see game planning early on that might end up developing through the game as far as getting through this very tough defense?
I think there's almost no question that what they're doing offensively at the beginning of the game will change several times before we're finished.
Well, that's what the defense they're facing forces you to do. You have to be ready to adjust and make some changes. It's too complex a defensive scheme to just attack it one set way.
Here's Rush, lock at 6. From the stripe. That one a little long. The Wizards have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Maynard off the pick from Booker. And Maynard gets it to go. And it's all knotted up.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Lucas kicks to Evans. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Maynard, and Washington again with the bucket.
Well, I doubt that was the plan there on that trip, guys, but they did get the shot to go.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lucas the pass to Evans. Rebound, Washington. Here's Ariza, and that's not going to go. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Washington out in front. They storm through the end of Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And I like the physical play we're seeing, too, because this is a club that's really pounding the paint area and scoring inside.
Burks the off guard with Hayward at the 3. Marvin Williams is out there with Favors, and it's Burke in at the 1. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Now, here's Burke following the miss by John Wall. Here's Williams. Beal pulls it in. The Wizards with the lead.
A lot of people talked about how undersized Bradley Beal was going to be as an off guard in the NBA, but he didn't get the message. You look at how he rebounds, you would have thought he was a 6'7" guy playing the 2-guard spot. He's a terrific rebounder for his size, fellas.
Hayward dishes to Burks. Williams kicks to Burke. Inside to Favors. And that is good. Favors has got the game tied up here for Utah. Now when you talk about Bradley Beal, height-wise, he's not 6'6", but he's powerfully built.
I think he's about 6'4", but he's got long arms, Kevin, and he's very skilled. And defensively, I think the potential is there for him to be a stopper.
Here is Seraphin. Derek Favors making his last shot. Here's Ariza. Seraphin the pass to Beal. From outside, off the mark. And for the Jazz, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Now, here's Burke. Burks dishes to Favors. And he uses the glass on the layup. Favors has got 6.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Randy Whitman had some words for his team over the break. He made no mistake that their game plan was to run their offense through Wall. That is one part of this game that Coach isn't particularly happy about. He wants him taking on more responsibility when they've got the ball. He told them also they should be swarming to the basket at the offensive end. He wants a lot of bodies inside. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. The offensive rebound. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Wall's got 6.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Now, here's Burks, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Burks. They get the rebound. Kicks to Burke. Another shot. Here's Cantor. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
A top-notch offensive rebounder. Clark, it seems like he's always around the ball.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. One of those guys you've got to find when the shot goes up. Get your body on him or he'll embarrass you.
For Utah, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
They have a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago. Well, the latest weight loss story for a big man is Enes Kanter. After his rookie season, he decided it would be best to slim down and add some speed to his game. And the word is he shed almost 50 pounds before the start of last year.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. You talk about the weight loss for Kanter, even slimming down 50 pounds. Clark, he still comes in over 240 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of LBs, but it's packed differently now, and he's got a huge frame for such a young player. Physically imposing, dislocated his shoulder late last season and underwent surgery, so we'll see how the rehab goes with that. But, you know, I think he's built to bang and to last and to have an impact.
And the first one at the line is good.
The 6'11" big man out of Brazil, Nene, has really good quickness and mobility for a player of his size. Maybe it's the soccer background. He's light-footed for a guy who goes well over 250 pounds. And that helps him at both ends of the court.
Jeremy Evans checks in for Derek Favors. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for Nene, he can bang inside and cover on the perimeter pretty well for a big guy.
Well, and offensively, I mean, his quickness makes him a pretty good roll man, and when he gets to the rim, he finishes strong with either hand.
Now, here's Burke. Pass to Evans. Washington with the rebound. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Uncovered, and there's Porter on the assist by Nene. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Here is Hayward. The shot misses. Excellent D there from Porter. Shoots from 14, and Washington again with the bucket. Jazz trail by 3. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now Burke. Hayward with the ball. Clock at 4. Wide open look. And it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And Beal kicks to Wall. He feeds it to Beal. Beal gets a screen from Nene. Here's Wall. Tries again. The shot no good. And it's Utah the other way. And here is Burke. Evans outside. 1:09 left to play here in the second quarter. Burks the pass to Hayward. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Hayward's got his second bucket of the game to go. The Wizards have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. It's Beal on the wing. The dish to Nene. Good. Nene's got the lead up to 3 now for the Wizards.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now here's Evans. Hayward dishes to Burks. Here's Burke. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Here's Wall on the mark with the 15-footer. And now a 5-point Washington lead.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
And released it in time, but it's off the mark. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Wizards out front, up by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, thank you, Kevin. Coach, I know you're going to be making some changes in the second half, maybe get a different look out there. What were your concerns with the way you played in the first half?
Well, we got to make sure we pick our tempo up a little bit. We're not getting what we want on offensive end, and they get what they want on this side. Uncontested shots, get drives to the basket. We got to pick our aggression up.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, we'll see if they can pull it off.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, stay right where you are for the halftime show. Then we'll be back for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Hello and welcome. We've got a great one underway at Energy Solutions Arena. The Wizards doing well so far. Offensively, they're dialed in. Guys working hard together, they're getting to their spots, and they're hitting the shots that count. John Wall has the game high. He's got 8 points and has also grabbed a couple rebounds. And the Jazz still keeping at it. A gritty, hard-nosed effort. They're hungry for the win. They're making their own luck. Time now to get you back out to the game in Utah. Second half coming right up.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Boy, his rebounding was superb in that first half, particularly at the offensive end where he's really battling.
And that continually allowed them to get 2 quality shots on the same possession, Steve. That's invaluable. For the Jazz last season, it really became an issue about the log jam inside. They had 2 established starters in Jefferson and Millsap and 2 young up-and-comers in Cantor and Favors. And there was an expectation that somebody would be moved, but the trading deadline passed and they were all still there.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Wizards 5 right now. Nene at the 4, Okafor at the 5. Bradley Beal and Otto Porter Jr. are the wingmen, and it's Wall in at the guard position. Well, you would have thought that the Jazz would have made a deal one way or another, but it was hard for them as they were in the thick of a playoff race at the time, Steve, sort of tied their hands.
Well, if they weren't in that race, I think they might have sent 1 or 2 of those guys out to try to get some more assets for the future. As it was, they ended up losing Millsap and Al Jefferson, so it's incumbent on the young talent in that front court to now develop and really take over.
Jazz trail by 7. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Cantor kicks to Hayward. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Otto Porter comes from a basketball family. He wore his mom's jersey number growing up, then switched to his father's number 35 upon being drafted. And he kept it in the family in one other way. He never played in the AAU system and just worked out against his own family. Tough family, and it's worked out for him, guys.
Yeah, Doris, a versatile defender and a smart role player. He's been a very nice addition. Wizards leading by 7. Now here's Wall. He's got 8. He dishes it to Beal. Passes it to Nene. Takes it off the glass. Nene's got 6.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Now, here's Burks. Takes it from 10. Beal pulls it in.
For Brad Beal, it wasn't an easy start to his career. I mean, he was putting up points but shooting a very low percentage. Then once John Wall came back from injury, he improved leaps and bounds with his efficiency. No coincidence there, I bet.
Now, here's Burks. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Burks, the pass to Favors. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. He's got 8. And you mentioned how Brad Beal's play improved with John Wall back in that lineup in Washington with the Wizards. That had to take some pressure off.
Yeah, I think so. Beal may have a good handle, but there's no question he's a shooting guard, and playing alongside Wall makes the most sense, where he can run off screens and spot up. But I think Beal has a very bright future.
Shot clock at 5. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but in an instant lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And he's a great three-point shooter too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
First free throw is good, and a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Okafor. Trevor Booker comes in for Nene. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Porter. And it's Maynard in for John Wall. That one misses. Jazz trail by 8. And Rush kicks to Lucas. Favors with the screen. Now Lucas. To the paint. Here's Rush. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
And the Wizards making a change here. Webster's checked in. And that one misses.
Every year it seems some player has unfortunate experience of seeing their whole season gone before it even gets started. And that happened for Brandon Rush last year, who tore his ACL in just the second game of the season.
Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Wizards leading by 4. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Serafin. Lucas with the rebound. Going back to Brandon Rush. Hit from behind as he was in midair. And Steve, do you think more needs to be done to protect players in that particular situation?
Kevin, I think everything is already done to protect players because the clear path rules, the flagrant foul rules, everything has been done to protect the player's safety. Sometimes it's just inevitable there's going to be injuries.
So it's Washington now after the three-pointer from Lucas. Here's Maynard, defended by Lucas. Now Maynard, back to Ariza. Three-pointer. Here's Serafin, and they convert at last on attempt number 3.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Jazz trail by 3. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Kevin Serafin, big solid frame, about 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan, so he's already shown a lot of promise as a defender.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He then made another statement, telling his guys to stay alert and aware when defending the outside shot, saying, quote, "They can hurt us on the perimeter if we don't stay right up on them." Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. All back to Serafin, not just a defensive presence, he's got a nice soft touch offensive.
Yeah, you can hit with that hook shot, step out to mid-range. Still developing, but there's a lot to like about this young big man.
Here's Maynard after the made shot from Lucas. Outside, Webster. Evans with the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Now here's Beatrice. Out to the right wing. Here's Rush for the lead. He lays it in. Rush has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Maynard gets to Ariza. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Jazz lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Utah leading. Carrying up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. Hayward out there with Jeremy Evans. And it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. Now, here's Burks. Banked in off the glass. Burks has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Jazz.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
All with it. Porter with the screen for Wall. Left side, Wall. Pass to Porter. 6 to shoot. Outside, Wall. It's good from long range. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Wizards. Jazz shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. The feed to Hayward. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Cantor kicks to Burke. There's the triple. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
Wizards trail by 3. And here's Wall. Left side, Wall. And the shot is good. Wall's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, it went down, guys, but still unusual to go to the leaner there with so much space around him.
Burke dishes to Burks. Feeds it to Burke. The pass to Burks. Second shot opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And then how about the scoring they've gotten down on the post, really dominating that lane area.
And that one falls for Evans.
Well, and Jeremy Evans, the 2012 Slam Dunk champ, he may have come up short in the Slam Dunk contest last year, but boy, did he put on the show. Dunked over a work of art that depicted him dunking. Very meta.
The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Jeremy Evans, 6'9", only about 200 pounds, but he is a high riser.
Yeah, great finisher around the rim. And I'll tell you what, he's light, and maybe that helps him get so high off the floor. But it's fun to watch him in the open court.
Well, Nene had always been up in the mid-50s when it came to field goal percentage, but last season that just didn't happen. He still put up the same amount of shots, but his efficiency went way down compared to past seasons.
The first free throw is good. And going back to Nene last season, the second worst field goal percentage of his career.
Fortunately, he did improve in other areas. Best season ever in terms of assists and free throw shooting.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Being down 2 points instead of 1, thanks to the free throw miss, makes getting a stop here absolutely critical. How about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
They have found their groove from deep, Steve.
Now here's Wall. Dishes it to Okafor. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Evans. Here's Burke. Can't get it to go. And Washington the other way now. Porter passes to Wall. He kicks to Porter. Pass to Okafor. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Favors. Jazz leading by 5. Here's Burks. Another shot. Porter pulls it in.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Floats one, rejected by Hayward. Now here's Burks. Kicks to Burke. Over to the wing. Here's Hayward. The shot no good. Some solid defense there by Nene. It's Beal on the wing. He's covered by Favors. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Beal.
Clutch basket, especially over the top of the bigger defender.
Yeah, it just shows you the kind of fortitude and guts he has, Steve.
And the Jazz call time here.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tyrone Corbin was giving to his team. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Cantor, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. And the Jazz lead by 5.
Offensively, guys, it seems like they've turned a corner.
Yeah, much better half since they changed baskets. I mean, they're looking very strong and confident.
Now here's Wall. To the left side wing. Porter kicks to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up at the stripe. Another one falls for Washington.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Burke with it. He's picked up by Wall. Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. He feeds it to Favors. Pulls up on the elbow. Tries again. And it's good on the layup.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. .27 left in the game. Outside, Wall. Utah with the rebound. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now, here's Burks. He's covered by Beal. Burke dishes to Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Wall. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
Well, neither team can afford mistakes. You have to manage the clock and play smart here in the waning moments.
Here is Hayward. Now Burke. Nails it!
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Now here's Wall. The dish to Nene. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Jazz have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for your Jazz, Trey Burke. At the line for 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're losing by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, there's a little bit of time here to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Very much so. Either way you cut it, they're going to need a pair of threes and some help at the other end as well.
Now here's Wall. Defense is right there. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Shooting for Utah, Gordon Hayward. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Now here's Beal, guarded by Hayward. Beal can't get it to go, and he commits the intentional foul.
That's his 4th personal foul, 5th team foul. Shooting for Utah, Trey Burke. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Wall. Off target with that shot. And so it's Utah with the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Trey Burke.